let's talk about the mistakes that leaders usually make when they inherit teams. One of the common mistakes is to reshuffle the organization immediately when they come in. And that can be quite a tough situation for teams because they need to adjust to the new organization and at the same time try to maintain actual work that is to be done. And that takes the focus away from the work they're doing, and sometimes the handing over of the work might need some time for transition. The second thing I see is leaders recruiting new team members immediately. And this can be unnerving to existing team members because they see suddenly why there's influx of team members into the organization. Do our boss actually trust us to do our work? Are we replaceable? So these are the thought process on existing team members. They will feel that they are not trusted, that why you need to bring suddenly a big whole group of people to come into the organization. Recruiting new team members should be reserved for only when you cannot find that specific skill set within the organization. There's no one that is capable of doing that. Only then you recruit externally. When you bring in new team members, bring them one by one, slowly. Do not make that drastic change by suddenly hiring a large group of people to come into the organization. This may cause a lot of anxiousness within your current team. The next thing that I see is some leaders tend to jump in straight and change the process and design of the organization. That is in the context of when they don't really understand what's happening in the organization. They haven't had their one-to-ones with the team. They haven't had a discussion on the vision or get together to discuss what should be done next. They jump in and directly on their own accord change the process and the design without gathering everyone's consent or gathering everyone's support. And that might cause some kind of resistance whenever such a huge change happens. Another thing that some leaders tend to do when they come in from another organization, and these are the no-no words that you shouldn't use, especially when you are new to the organization, saying things like, that's the way things are done in my previous organization. When you bring this thought into the current team, you will not be likable because who are you to tell others that your previous organization process is the best? And they don't even know you yet. They don't even trust you yet. And if you come into this company, you should adapt to the current culture. The next thing to do, once you have aligned and assessed your team in your one-to-ones, once you have a vision and a mission defined and you have gathered all your team to agree on the priorities and you know what you need to do as a team, the execution part need to be fast. Don't take your own sweet time to do it. If you are doing some reshaping of the team, for example, you need to lay off certain employees or you need to create sub-teams to focus on certain important topics, or you need to move certain individuals to other responsibilities which are a better fit to them, then this execution part needs to be fast and swift. It's like putting on a hair removal patch on your arm. And if you rip it off fast enough, that pain will be just a quick one and it will be over very soon. But if you pull this patch slowly, that feeling of having your hair being pulled out slowly is torturous. So cut the pain as fast as you can and move on to your next step. Whatever changes that you want to do it fast. One of the mistakes that leaders do is make assumptions. Don't assume that the process that you use in your previous organization works for your current organization. For example, if there's a specific document or blueprint that requires a review from your technical lead followed by your own final review, then make it clear to the rest of the team that you want your technical lead to review it first before it comes to you. Do not assume that this process is already in place. Make it very clear and very detailed to the rest of your team what you want from them. For example, if there are certain project that is on a high priority and you require a status update every Monday, make it clear so that everybody understands that before the Monday meeting comes, the statuses are all up to date. And this will ensure you won't have a situation where there is no update on the status for such a high critical project. If you're not sure your team understands it, check in on them. Ask them what they understood from their expectation and check whether what they explained aligns with your expectation. That way, you won't have this issue of misalignment and frustration between the teams. Another mistake that leaders make is wanting to be liked. You want to be the best leader in your team, but it's not possible to get everyone to like you. Just as the presidents of the country, they can't make the 100% of the countrymen to like them. There will be a few persons in the country that will continue to hate them no matter what they do. You can be the juiciest mango on earth, but there will be some people who will not like mangoes, and that's too bad. As long as you are confident in your leadership, you portray yourself as somebody competent, capable, and it reflects in your work, your team will notice this and everything else will fall into place. And the last mistake that most leaders make is mixing between friendship and leadership. Yes, you can be a friend to your team member, but do not overstep that boundary. Because at times, there will be times that you need to assert control where you need to give negative feedback. It will be difficult for you if you overcross your boundaries where you want to give a specific strong message to your colleague, to your team member, and you find yourself unable to do so. Team members, they are observant, they are watching you. They need to seek clear, confident leadership. If they find that your leadership sways based on friendship, that isn't a good sign. That will make your team members lose confidence in your leadership. So it is important to be friendly and understanding, but do not hesitate to share your vision and your expectations. These are the common mistakes that leaders usually make and they don't realize it. If you have more pointers that you want to share with the viewers here, do remember to comment in the comment section below. And if you like this video, remember to like and subscribe. And I hope to see you in my next video. Thank you and bye.